That does not look great at all. Well, good morning to you, and it is a beautiful start to the morning, a beautiful start to the year. Today is New Year's Day. Happy New Year's to everybody. But yeah, after the last couple of days where it was rainy and dreary and just nasty, warm but nasty, into 22, awesome to start off 23 like this. Get everything up and fed. I think we do have one little project we're gonna have to work on today, but we'll talk more about that in a few minutes, depending. But yeah, let's get some animals fed. We know we got to do that. Give a big shout out to my wife. She got the stalls all cleaned yesterday. Yeah, she rode Ace yesterday afternoon in that cloudy, dreary weather, and yeah, she got done. She cleaned stalls, so she usually does. Don't want to make it sound like that's a total anomaly, but still plenty wet and muddy, of course. But oh, and while I'm giving her a shout out, hope maybe some of y'all have gotten to check out the website. We shouted her out in the last video for that. Check it out. Again, hats available on there if anybody wants one, and a few other cool links. And Sadie, what are you doing? You must have a mouse over there in the haystack, which we got plenty of dog power if there is. But yeah, appreciate her cleaning the stalls. Makes my morning chores go just a bit faster. All those weaned calves and few cows out there in that pasture. We put 4 rolls of hay out there on Wednesday, so that would be what, 4 days ago, and they're still, they've just about got that one cleaned up there in that cone style feeder. Not quite, which again goes to show. So we put out 2 rolls that we thought were just a little lower quality, had been stored outside on up the draw. Then we put out 2 rolls that were in the barn, and these 2 feeders right here on the hillside behind the house. Yeah, you guessed it. They ate up the 2 outside stored rolls completely before they even really wanted to touch those 2. And I don't know. I would have said that even aside from the fact that they were stored outside, that was just better hay that we had baled a little earlier in the year that had been in the barn. But apparently they disagree. But we'll no doubt have to put out some hay this afternoon. I mean, we could potentially wait until tomorrow, but tomorrow is back to the real world as far as work week. So, and our rain returns again tomorrow. That 4 to 6 inches that the National Weather Service said we were gonna get over a 5-day span started, like, I guess Friday and goes through Tuesday. So yeah, expecting a lot of rain these next few days. Although it's going to be nearly 70. I think like 68 today, 69 tomorrow, 68 Tuesday, something like that. So yeah, in fact, I'm about to come out of this little fleece pullover. It's warming right on up. So down here feeding these steers, we've got a little issue in that they didn't clean up their feed last night, which they had gotten to be since things had thawed back out from the deep freeze last weekend. Have been eating a lot better, but I may have just overdone it, run them up a little too much. So we're only gonna feed them a little this morning, make them clean up what we fed yesterday afternoon. All animals out there on pasture accounted for. Go over here and check on the bulls and see about what I may think is gonna be our little project or problem we're going to need to address this morning. And yes, we're going to have to do something. So those of you that are longtime viewers know that we had a problem with a bull back last summer, kind of right at the end of breeding season. Had a penis injury. Well, you can see here right now he's got a problem again. One issue on these Brahma cross bulls, or any kind of Brahma influence, whether it be true Brahmas or Brangus or Beefmaster or whatever, Cimbras, you name it, lots of breeds cross with them. How clean their sheath is can be a problem. You look at this guy, he's actually an F1. He is 50% Brahma, pretty clean on his sheath. You know, stays tucked up very nicely where he's not gonna hurt it. These other two boys both are just a little more pendulous. Just creates the opportunity for either a trauma or other issues. Other bull, actually everything's fine there, but this one, I don't know. We're gonna have to see if we can get him over to the chute, clean it up, see what the issue is. Noticed he was looking a little swollen a day or two ago. He's obviously urinating and all with no problem. It's not a life-threatening issue, but I don't know about his value as a breeding animal, you know, going forward. And we'll see if we can get them to follow us. A lot of times, I mean, you can tell exactly where the electric fence stretches when it's up here. They still won't cross that line, even when the fence is gone. It's like, it's just in their head that they can't. And here they are proving me completely wrong, making me look like an idiot, which is fine because I would really like for them to follow me. I swear again, I feel like I could say this in every single video, and maybe I do, where we don't have a perfect setup. Like I don't have a real super easy way to get them out of that kind of off-season pasture for them down here to the chute. I mean, this works pretty well. They should follow me. But they decided to run up the driveway. Theoretically, there's nothing stopping them from going all the way to town. Say hello to the ladies. Predictable, very predictable. There you go, big boy. And I'm gonna have to go back and watch our video from last summer, or look at my notes, and confirm that this was the bull that had the problem last year, because it may not even be. I don't know, we're gonna have to make a decision on him, because this isn't gonna be probably a devastating injury or problem, but at the same time, just like we ran into last year, we don't want to be like, if we were getting ready to turn them out with the cows because breeding season was upon us, this would be a problem, because he's probably going to be at least a couple of weeks before you get that problem resolved and get him ready for cows. Yeah, we just can't be dealing with that unreliability. They basically have one job, and that is to impregnate all the cows within about a 60-day window. And if he has a hardware issue down there, that complicates things quite a bit. So also be a good time for me to beg and plead with YouTube, please don't flag this video. They put a restriction on the ads and whatnot on the last one when we were talking about the bull penis problems. Look, we're adults here. I'm an adult anyway. I'm a veterinarian. We're using proper anatomical terminology to discuss a very real medical issue. I really don't know what else you would like for us to do when we're talking about something like this. You know, we don't have to giggle and snicker like we're a bunch of middle schoolers. I run into that problem in the vet office all the time, where like people don't know how to talk about their dog's genitalia when they're having a problem. Like, look, just use the terms. It's not hard to figure out what's proper terminology. The dogs are over there getting in the cat food. Yep. But this would be a good time to point out and give a shout out, happy birthday to Archie over there. Yes, his birthday is New Year's Day. He is 1 year old. What do you think there, big man? Do you feel older than what we're supposed to ask you on your birthday? Can I have a bucket? Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. Come on. Get these gates swung around where we can run him in here. And in actuality, I was looking back through pictures. This is the bull that had the problem. Well, we thought he had actually broken the penis in the last breeding season. Of course, it's that bull that's having the problem today. So really not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's a good thing for each of them individually that neither one of them has had multiple penis problems, but now I've got 2 of the 3 bulls that have had a problem at some point. And so, yeah, I'm not sure which is more preferable, to have 2 that have never had a problem, or had now 2 of the 3 that have had a problem at some point. I don't know. We're being very cooperative. Go on, buddy. I shouldn't speak too soon, of course. Going down that alleyway. Going down the alleyway. Come on, turn around and you'll see the opening. There you go, there you go. Yeah, so our breeding season basically starts 1st of May. For practical purposes, we breed May and June. So that means we have a full 4 months to you know, get him over this problem and just have him ready for breeding season. So that should be doable. You know, the other option is we say, hey, we're not gonna keep dealing with these kind of problems. We're going to move on from these bulls. Step up there, big boy. It's always tricky when you're trying to film while that is going on, but okay, let's take a closer look. Okay, so yes, that does not look great at all. Oh man. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna clean it off real good. Some hydrotherapy. So that's a little tender. Gentle stream. Using that water, got it to well, just clean off and then help some of the swelling. But what I'm pretty sure we're dealing with is just a preputial prolapse. I don't know, not a life-threatening problem at all. You know, he's able to pass urine, no problem, which that would be the most immediate concern. But again, for a bull, a breeding bull, I don't know how valuable he is going to be to us going forward. What's probably working in his favor is the fact that we've got several months before he is needed for breeding again, and we're not just about to head to the sale barn right away. We've got one cow we're going to cull at some point, and then possibly him as well now. And so he's going to have a little time to see if he can recover from this. You know, say he does recover, we end up, you know, using him this breeding season, he does fine. You know, at the end of breeding season, you may really question what his future is with us, just because, hey, we use him for 60 days out of the year. So there's 10 other months where he's just costing us money to keep him. Maybe a pretty easy decision to say at that point, you know, if he even gets through breeding season, to go ahead and get rid of him. Two, we were already looking at probably buying some more bulls. One of our plans, which I guess New Year's Day is a good day to kind of lay out some plans and goals for this year. We're looking seriously at buying heifers this spring rather than buying steers like we normally would do to background or stocker, but buying basically some breeding age heifers, turning out a couple of bulls with them, and then selling them as bred heifers end of the year. If we were going to do that, we're going to need to buy a couple of bulls anyway, some heifer appropriate bulls. Probably, as boring as it is to me, probably just buy a couple of Angus bulls, low birth weight, you know, Cavanese bulls. So if we're looking at buying a couple of bulls anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'm rambling, but really not sure what his future with us is going to be. Most immediately, you know, the concern just that he, you know, is able to function, urinate without trouble, and I think we're already accomplishing that. So anyway, I'm gonna turn him back out, get them back over there to their pasture, and probably continue doing this every day or two until we get him over it. It is nice that it's nearly 70 degrees when we're out here having to do hydrotherapy. That would not have been possible last weekend. But I think I'm gonna have to get in the house, put on a short sleeve shirt. I'm gonna keep working out here today. Even the fire ants are enjoying this warmer weather. That's something we never had those until about, I graduated school almost 14 years ago. Remember when I moved home from East Tennessee, saw them and we're like, yeah, like that's a new thing here now. So we've had them just about maybe the last 15 years or so. But anyway, which hey, now's a good time to point out, I just talked about it being New Year's goals for this year. Y'all in the comments below, tell me what some of your goals are for this year. Not necessarily resolutions. I have made a little bit of a resolution to get back in a little better physical shape myself, but more your goals. What are your goals for this year? I think this week on Talk Dirt to Me, which I hope y'all get a chance to check it out, that's what our topics are going to be, our goals for our individual farming operations for this year. And so I won't spoil any details. You have to listen to that. But I think while I'm down here and while it's nearly 70 degrees, my crank is 40-30. Let it run for a few minutes. Oh yeah, came down here to check on mama cows, and if you watched the last video, you saw where we talked about moving some feed bunks in here on one of these adjacent pastures. This is one of the problems. The primary area they're in is a little bit of this pasture, but mostly all that direction. Normally when we feed them one ridge over, we're kind of right smack in the middle of that pasture and wherever, But now I don't know where they are. They may be, 2 or 3 ridges over now. And there's not any good way to really get to the ditch down here at the bottom. It's not really good for crossing. I need to throw a culvert in it. It is still just muddier than I would like to be tracking around everywhere. So I don't know, but an absolutely gorgeous day. I mean, next time I go in the house, I think I'm gonna have to come out of the long sleeves. But anyway, we'll give them a few minutes to see if they'll come up. If not, we may just not worry about them. I don't like to make a habit of that. Got my helper with me, just wearing his wrong color tractor shirt. That's okay. So, yeah, they still had a little hay in that feeder there they're working on. We're gonna put this little partial roll. Look at the crowd we're gathering. And it kind of cracks me up. They're just like, hey, oh my God, it's hay, it's hay. I'm like, yeah, I don't remember even out of hay. There was still probably, I don't know, 1/3 of a bale in that feeder just up the hill. But just like, just something new, I guess. Watch your heads. So one final roll put out right there. That was 5 total rolls, these 3 here, and then 2 on up closer to the pond. So I guess you maybe say 4.5, because it was that one partial roll. Side note, don't buy cheap work gloves. I'm a sucker for grabbing a pair of work gloves. Like, maybe not every time we're at the farm store, but close to it. Just hey, you can't ever have too many work gloves. But these, yeah, these kind of suck. You can see where I'd already repaired them there once. And then this one's doing the same thing. So, firm grip, yeah, they don't hold up. Giving them a negative review right here on YouTube, but man, it's beautiful. I'm actually running the air conditioner on the tractor. The sun bearing down, right at 70 degrees. It got hot in here. Did it get hot in here to you, Willis? No, it didn't to you. But anyway, we're gonna go down there. We gotta feed the feeder steers, do a few other chores. It's still just kind of mid-afternoon, but probably going to just about wrap it up for this one. Y'all have tuned back in. We'll keep a watch on that bull, see if he goes ahead and heals up as we would hope, what we end up doing with him. But yeah, right now the smart money is on him not remaining as a viable breeding bull for us, unfortunately for him, of course. But anyway, if that wraps up the video, what does that mean we're going to say at the end?
Eat beef and God bless.
That's right, eat beef and God bless. If I can even, maybe you can sit on the back of the shirt here with me. Just like the shirt says. Y'all have a good one.